So here's part 2 or part 3. However, I don't know which order this goes in, but Spite just released a Google Doc explaining more about this drama. For those of you who missed part 1 of the drama, let me TLDR this for you. So there's 2 people in question, and then there's Nanoless. Nanoless is a VTuber artist, very popular, very great work. We appreciate Nanoless. Nanoless is a VTuber artist, and she has a clientele include Bao, I believe Silverville's got some from Nanoless. I could be wrong though. Who else? Shy Lily. So Nanoless is a pretty popular VTuber artist and also has worked with Sinder, the other person in question here. Sinder and her manager / boyfriend. I'm still not sure if it's the boyfriend. People are telling me it's her boyfriend. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I'm reading. So Sinder is with this guy, Red or something. And they're apparently trash talking a lot of the VTubers that Nanoless has worked with or will continue or has thought of working with. So the drama starts off with the manager saying, hey, could we pay you for exclusivity? Maybe not in those words, but very much alluding to it. Anybody with 2 brain cells can put it together. This guy wants Nanoless to not work with certain VTubers because it is not in the best interest of Sinder. And so Sinder and him are going back and forth, gaslighting, manipulating, turning things around. So Nanoless doesn't work with other people. They want to exclusive rights to Nanoless and Nanoless work. Not only because they want their projects to come out faster, but because they want to shit all over other VTubers. Yes, because they want exclusivity and because they want to do better than other VTubers. And who are the other VTubers in question here? They're friends, people they met in real life and have been in the same room together in real life. So it's not just some high school like chit chatter of, oh my God, I really dislike this girl's model. And no, these are actual friends and connections they have in real life. Beyond just the internet, these are people that they've met with each other in real life. So here we go. Part 2. I want to start by saying, please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak about my experience and give more clarity on those experiences. By the way, nobody gives a fuck about that. It's good that you put that here, but like, simps are going to be simps. And no matter what you say, they're going to attack somebody. If you don't want, I was going to say, if you don't really want somebody to attack somebody, you shouldn't put that out. But, you know, sometimes you need to kind of like, you know, put your experience out there. You know what? I take back my comment I was going to say, but this is not going to stop anybody. People are still going to do what they're going to do. So anyways, but kudos for you for putting that there, I guess. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanoless for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of her good-willed personality is saddening to see. Not for long when AI artists come along, but you know, for now, I'm just kidding. Lighthearted joke, chat, don't kill me. Yeah, I'm just joking. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I am a daughter of a Cerberus, and through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate, as many may know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3. Ah, she's copying me! I'm the number 3. Copycat! In my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus. In my early designs, and when artists were still learning new model rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders and pauldrons to symbolically represent my other 2 heads. I got 1 big head. However, the repeated comments of, if you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads?
Elly, bear love, Elly, bear love, Elly, bear love.
If you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads? had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at that time. Fast forward to months to a year into my journey, and I've started to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos comparing me to Sinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Making the definitive switch to Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief, because the last thing I wanted to be consistently compared or harassed at this point. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negative things that was being thrown my way, which is obviously not Cinder's fault here. You know, whatever somebody's community does to another community or VTuber is not representative of that streamer. Just to clear that up, so far, Sinder has done nothing wrong, because that is not Cinder's fault that her community or some other community is doing comparisons and being negative, okay? That's not Cinder's fault. It's kind of like me saying it's my fault that you guys decide to put somebody else on blast. That's not my fault. You guys are grown-ass fucking adults. I'm not gonna fucking control you. You guys do whatever you want. And so these are the comments in question here. The unfollow, by the way, the unfollowing. So right here in these Discord DMs, the manager is bringing up to Nanoless that she, Sprite or Spite, has unfollowed Sinder. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 live 2D model May 14th, 2022 on the same day she decided to post her debut announcement for 1.0 live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Sinder was at all. What? I mean, I guess that could be true. I don't know who Spite is myself. I don't know who she is, but I mean, I guess that it could be true. Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, there's that could be true. But the creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not heard of before. Totally fine. I get it. You know, I get it. But Sinder has been pretty big for a while. But I get it. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want to is to try to be unique in my own way. So these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing her and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. Yeah, I could see that. Totally believable. We're still on her side. Well, this is no, we're not taking any sides. Fuck them all. Anyways, her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day was my 2.0 debut seemed off. But I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this happened. There have been multiple times where I have done something, and either the same day or shortly after, I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly. I tried my best to believe that I was coincidental and not ill-intended on their part. There were many times when I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for. But afterwards, Sinder would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I didn't think much of it at first, because it is normal to have some similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTubing community is huge space and similarities are normal. This is facts. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as a direct reference for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in screenshot above and showing that I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something that was released and teased revealed after my own? True. True, chat. How could she copy something that wasn't public knowledge? That is very true. So, and for that record, a lot of these ideas are planned months and months and months and months ahead of time. So there's no way you can find out what somebody is doing unless the artist is leaking stuff and then telling you, oh, Cinder's having this done. Maybe you should do something like that. Unless there's something like that happening, which I really doubt is happening with artists, there's no real way to know months and months and months and months in advance. I'm telling you, chat, these models are not planned 1 month or 1 week ahead of time. These models are months to years in advance. So there's like very little way you can copy paste somebody else's model. But anyways, only on July 20th, 2022, my model mama and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my t-shirt and a G-string, shorts and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks later, Sinder debuted a similar outfit. 2 weeks later. This is also crazy to assume that, again, it's not done within 2 weeks. Shit like this, it takes months and years. So I don't know, maybe I'm concluding too early, but if this is to, in a way, trying to insinuate that Sinder is copying, you can't do that in 2 weeks. Absolutely fucking insane to think that somebody can copy somebody's model in 2 weeks. It doesn't work that way. I'm a VTuber that has to commission shit for fucking months in advance. It's not possible to copy in 2 weeks. But let's continue to read. Maybe that's not what she's going for. 2 weeks after Sinder debuted a similar outfit. I included the earliest images that I could find on Sinder's with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her. When I debuted it 2 weeks before hers, I got called off-brand Sinder and just a bunch of horrible things. Okay, she wasn't going the direction that I initially thought. And for both of these ladies, there is no way they can copy each other. Number one, she released hers before Sinder, 2 weeks before. So no way for Sinder to copy, and no way for Sinder and for her to copy Sinder. Impossible, unless there was leaks from artists behind closed scenes, behind closed doors, which I highly doubt was the case. So none of them copied each other. It's just trivial fandom being stupid and retarded as usual. There is no fucking way that Sinder copied, and there's no fucking way that this chick copied. It's just stupid fandoms being dumb as fuck as per usual. I discovered the merchandise. That she used for Uwu Market and had to do a double take because of the gray-blue skin tone used in the art. Several people thought it was me, and the similarities for this speak for themselves, I feel. So this is, yeah, I don't know. But again, this isn't something that gets done in 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month. Even when proposing something to Uwu Market, this usually takes a couple of months. This is Sinder. This, again, I know the industry. I'm in the fucking industry. This doesn't get worked out in 1 week. This is months in advance of shit. So I don't know if somebody's copying who or who is. This is very much like in their heads at this point. I mean, it's like you said, Elly. It can take months. So yeah. But anyways, on April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Haven Okami inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess. In the background for debut, she also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would be even slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. You know, I don't think this will ever be heard by this chick, Spite. But if I had any piece of advice is, fuck them. Grow a thicker skin. You're always going to be compared to somebody else. It's happened all the fucking time. Think of one time where an artist, musician, actress hasn't been compared to another one. It's going to happen. You got to get it the fuck over with and do your own shit. Don't worry about being original and this and this and that. As long as you believe in yourself, that you are original and that you came up with this yourself, that's all you need to know. And that is all that it matters. Anybody else who has bullshit to say in the background doesn't really fucking matter. Look at Britney and Christina Aguilera. right? Those bitches were paired against each other from the beginning of time. It's always going to happen with musicians, with movie actresses, actors. It happens all the time. You need to grow a thicker skin, and fuck whoever says this and that about you. Comparisons are always going to happen, and you can only stick true to your guns and power through it. But anyways, let's continue reading. That's just my piece of advice to anybody who needs to hear this. You're always going to be compared. It doesn't fucking matter. Move it along. How you combat that is just simply show up with your best foot forward and your personality as the forefront, and nothing else will matter. If you're a bad bitch, people will see that bad bitch and they'll fuck with you. If you ain't and you a poser, people will see that. So show up, put on a good show, and that's all you need to do. Don't worry about all the comparisons or anything like that. Your personality and your content will speak for itself. So here we go. This is the model in question right here. I guess this is the ethereal goddess look. For that record, I want to clarify that I also don't think that Sinder copied the Greek goddess look. Again, I also am. These things take months and months to develop. I don't think that Sinder copied necessarily the Greek goddess look. It just happened to be a coincidence that both of you wanted to go down that direction, and maybe you guys looked similar. I personally don't see similarities, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm the blind one though. On April 20th, 2024, I debuted a new model from my model mama, Ari VT. I get a hoodie with a cute design on top. By the way, I want to say right now that I debuted a hoodie 2 to 3 years ago. So she's clearly copying me because I debuted a hoodie outfit. I just want to put that out there. Both of these copy me. I did the whole hoodie shit a long time ago. You know? So I'm gonna put that out there. I did the hoodie thing first. On April 12th, I debuted a hoodie. On April 4th, 2025, Sinder debuted in a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes, similar to mine. I could probably look up a million hoodie VTubers right now, though. The hoodie thing is not really original. You know, the hoodie thing is not really original. You know, I have bangs that do this. I think this is a stretch for both. They're just trends. Yeah, I mean, they're very similar. I don't see it. I think if you see this as very similar, I think you're dumb as fuck. I don't see it. They're just fucking hoodies. I mean, how much more original can you make a fucking hoodie as well? Like, do you want one of them to have a vagina and the other one to have like an egg? Like, it's a hoodie. Like, you can't get that much fucking crazy and creative. Again, I think for both of these cases, I'll call it a wash. I don't think there is a clear example of copying here yet. There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream that the day, I'm just gonna say it, chat. I'm gonna say it. Both of these chicks sound very fucking insecure. They sound very insecure. Like, holy, we're picking people apart about this and that, and when is this posting, and this is, holy, this sounds super insecure. It sounds super insecure. Like, don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Worry about your own hustle. Worry about what you're doing. If you get compared to somebody else, fuck them. You know, I don't know, that sounds very insecure. Like, if that happened to me, I wouldn't give a fuck enough to write this. Yeah, anyways, let's continue. It just sounds very insecure from both sides. The day I was supposed to do said stream, Sinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but brushed it off. But I mean, to be fair though, there could be some very snide shit coming from Sinder as well though. I'm not trying to dismiss my homegirl by saying Sinder doesn't have some mischievous, you know, some shit on under. I'm not trying to dismiss my homegirl by saying Sinder is a saint. Sinder could very well be doing this intentional, but at the end of the day, you also sound very weird by making this public. I don't know. It sounds very insecure to me. I don't have screenshots but again, she did it just in retaliation, I guess, because she was mentioned earlier. But I don't have screenshots of comments of bullying that I received from her community. There were too many that it became too much to keep track of, and I started ignoring them because I never wanted to save images or the words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassment comments in the first place. I just want to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I totally get it. That's good on her. I received on the DM January 25th, 2023, I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Sinder and certain members of Sinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible. Hey, you popped in my head, in my feed, and can I say I love your design? I had rather odd question, I suppose. Have you had any messages from the VTubers Sinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I had made an OC that's an original character like a while back, and I was accused by her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in the ears, and her fans claimed that was exclusive to her design. Hey, I guess Pokemon didn't exist, right? Because I'm pretty sure there's a Pokemon with that shit as well. It was the whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I was wondering if anything similar that happened to you yet. I would like to clarify. I, myself, am not saying your design looks like hers. I was scrolling and saw your totally awesome design when I saw the flames near in the ears, and I had flashbacks of thought to myself, oh no, so I guess this is just my curiosity getting the best of me. I'm just very saddened and disappointed in this situation. I had my suspicions about this, but I never wanted to be a part of the drama, so I kept quiet. I've also seen what happens when creators stand up for themselves and receive major backlash, even if they're in the right, so I've never vocalized my concerns. I've always designed my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney Hades, and because I call myself Goth Girlfriend, I was inspired by Sam and Ember from Danny Phantom, plus many others of our goth crushes that we've had growing up. I just focused on myself and my friends. Meanwhile, I had eyes on me the whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurt, especially when they never attempted to interact with me. I did my best to grow through and find what I could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I did not know who Sinder was until she debuted her Live 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock, and it's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone could attempt to blacklist me when I've never even spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being so supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give love and support to all those who have unfortunately been involved in this situation. Please support Nanoless, who has been brave enough to speak about the VTubers who were affected. Please support my first model mama, the wonderful Miu Live, and for almost my most recent model mama, the wholesome Ari VT. Thank you for your time to read this. Reading this, I'll give you guys the TLDR. It just sounds like a bunch of insecure females. Point blank, period. It sounds like a bunch of fucking insecure females saying that this copied that, this copied that, this did this. Look, to give some leeway, to try to put myself in this situation, I will say one positive thing. I don't blame these ladies for feeling this way. This is a very pressure-intensive space. I totally get it. As a VTuber and as a streamer, you're checking your analytics all the time. You see this and you're trying your best to be original, and all you keep getting is comments of like, oh my God, you look like this, you look like that. I know how it can be. I know it can put you down and make you feel a certain type of way. But honestly, the best advice that I got is stick to your own stuff, your own hustle. And if you're original and you're creative and you're awesome and your personality, it will speak for itself. You don't need to worry about what this person and that person is doing, and maybe they released an ASMR channel just after yours. Like, all of this could be just really freaky, odd coincidence. And if they're not coincidence, I have a really, 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 really big feeling that if something is done with ill will, it will return, okay? If somebody's been doing some fucked up stuff, it will eventually come to light. So you just stay in your own space, your own lane, and keep hustling. You know, if you're good enough, people will fuck with you. And if you ain't, you're going to get drowned out by the sea of copy-paste streamers. So, I mean, that's my advice. I think a lot of this is based off of like insecurities, and I totally get it. It's not your fault to be insecure. I totally get it. You know, when you see your viewership growing from 40 viewers to 100 viewers, then you want to start pointing at fingers at, oh my God, this person is view botting. Oh my God, this person is doing this. Oh my God, this person is being embedded. Oh my God, this person is copying me. I've seen it time and time again where the streamers sit up there and just start shitting on other streamers because you're a fucking fragile, insecure bitch. Maybe this space isn't for you if you're that fucking, if you're that insecure. This goes to everybody involved. Like, maybe the space isn't for you. And if you really want to, you can't let that shit affect you. Yeah. That's how I see it. I don't think, me personally, I don't think that Sinder was copying, and I don't think this other girl was copying. I think it takes a lot of time to do that. And Hoodie's not as exclusive to somebody. The Greek goddess look is not exclusive to somebody. You know, I think it takes a lot to copy someone. I don't think that these two girls are copying each other. Yeah. And I think these two girls are too big enough to like even compare each other. I don't know. But much luck to them, and hopefully they stop getting hate from other people. Yeah. That's my bit of advice there. Hey, I kind of need a little bit of help. How about you help me out? Hit that follow, subscription button, all the good stuff. Yeah, comment and like, possibly, maybe. Please.